Hello, divine creators. Welcome to Dumela Universe. We are Kemet. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a collective reading, and this is for Scorpio season 2023. We are well into Scorpio season, around halfway. Much has occurred, much has been anchored thus far. Scorpio season in 2023 is a powerful one. We are feeling that alignment to source of 2023 being the 7, balancing to source, and a rebirth to source, the physical realm being reborn to source. It has been quite a long experiencing, quite a long development, and it's been yours in the making. You have been creating this profound change. Remembering that in 2019, you said 2020 perfect vision. Your frequency wanted to see the love of you, the abundance of you, the fullness of you, the wholeness of you. All you had to see was what was denying you, what habits, what ways of being, what expressions, what manifestations, how you were carrying yourself, what thoughts you were having, how you were expressing yourself, what you were believing in. All of those things which were denying you from manifesting the love, the abundance, the fullness, the authentic frequency of you was revealed, was shown to you in order for you to finally do the work to heal and release it, releasing the ways you were conditioned to be absent source, in order for you to finally create in a physical realm which honored the source you are. The only way this could truly happen is if your divine feminine, the spirit frequency, came through and you then embodied that spirit understanding, that spirit frequency. You see, here in the physical realm, it is quite an interesting experience. You get given information of the physical and the spirit realities, of the divine feminine and masculine energies. There's so many other realities and there's so many other energies you are born of. If you can imagine, you are a star and the core frequency is your source. The core of that star is your source, the source you are. Each ray from that star is an expression of the source you are. And you have a spirit ray, you have a physical ray, and you have an infinite number of other rays, other ways in which your source expresses itself. But on earth, in the conditioning, you are only made aware of the physical ray and the spirit ray. This physical ray wasn't really shining brightly in its truth, for it wasn't born of source and then shining. It was being born of the illusion. You were using the ingredients of the external to create that ray of light. Even the spirit frequency you were offered in education and in teachings was conditioned through the various religions and beliefs and cultural traditions we have, where you have a very specific idea of that source energy, of that God force energy. So that ray was also not really from source creating in your understanding of it. It was from the illusion created. It was a lot easier for you to release the programming and the conditioning of the spirit ray, because that's a frequency in the unknown. The physical, you're living it, you're seeing it day to day, you're interacting in it, you're engaging in it. So to keep it as a fixed way of being was the easy part. To release that to freedom was tricky, but to release the spirit, to release that realm which is already unknown, unseen, was an easier thing. And that was the journey. That was the journey, the healing of the divine spirit frequency, for you to release the spirit to source, to you, to truth. Once that experience occurred when you were the caterpillar awakening, you said 2020 perfect vision, you said source, you want to now create from source. And so because you had freed the spirit now to source, spirit came in fully, the elements, the parts of spirit, the realm, just as the physical is varied and limitless, and there are those creating through source and those creating without source. The spirit is very varied. Those creating without source, those creating within source. Thus you understand those which, the destructive energies and then the creative energies, right? So the ones that now created through source came through because you asked for guidance to source. So the spirit realm through source came, and you became the embodiment of this. You became a spirit being in this physical realm, in the cocoon, in the chrysalis. You became the embodiment of your spirit self, of the divine feminine, which is why even your interacting and your engagement in the physical started to be different and odd. You retracted from the physical because you are now engaging mostly in your guides, in your team, in your spirit energies. And you were taught here, you were given quite specific pathways to follow, almost feeling as though your free will has been taken away from you. And this was because the conditioning was so strong that the spirit frequency had to come strong to really guide you along the paths of source. Your spirit frequency said, look, we can see and feel where source is. We're going to guide you there, regardless of the changes it might make to your physical experience, regardless to how that physical manifestation looks like at the space of source. We see that this block is source, so we're saying go to that block. And you're saying, but going to that block means I have to leave my work. And you're saying, we don't know how it's going to manifest in your physical, or we know that this is source. We spirit feel source. We can't tell you how it's going to manifest. We're not of your realm, but that's source. And so you were led to all the blocks of source, all the ways of source, all of the frequencies, the words, the manifestations, the energies of source, so that now in the physical, you were becoming accustomed to the frequency of source within the physical realm. You were becoming used to creating from that authentic space in the physical realm. You were learning how to be source within the physical, but through the spirit frequency. And in that space, in the cocoon, your dreams and your desires became stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and more realizable. And yet it was still a bit sticky because you kept getting this rest from source, be still from source. And what you were doing wasn't quite yet holding. You were still in the spirit, you were still in the water. Spirit cannot create in this frequency of physical. Spirit creates in the spirit realm. You are the source to create in the physical. So spirit was simply showing you the water, the ways of source. So much so that now in the physical, you are completely anchored in through source. You will never do anything that causes suffering towards yourself. You'll feel it. You will literally feel the awfulness of something that would cause suffering. You would never create in unawakened frequencies anymore. You would never be reckless with yourself. You would never allow narcissists or other people to use you or abuse you. You will not give up your power. You're now in your authentic truth. You are now consciously in your own frequency, allowing source, being source, creating through source, embodying source. Now that you are there, and whatever frequencies that were denying you from being there, you have released and transmuted and healed, your spirit self, that spirit embodiment, no longer needs to be so present. And this is the shift you have been feeling. All of a sudden, you're feeling a little bit quite alone. The spiritual frequencies which are so infused within you now have released. What's happened? You are now completely a new ray born of source. When you came into the cocoon, you stopped that ray of physical illusion. And when you embodied spirit, you returned to source, creation. And now spirit saying you are so much at source, you no longer need to return to source through us. You now know how source feels like, so you can return to source on your own, through your own wanting, through your free will, you see. We had to guide you quite strictly for you to have the feeling of source. And now we have released you to now consciously, in your own free will, choose source or not. We simply showed you the how. You said we want to see our abundance. We said, well, in order to see your abundance and your love, you need to create a source. We can show you the feeling of how it feels like to create through source. And then once you are understanding of the feeling, once you know the feeling, once you have completely integrated the feeling, and you are there at all times on your own, we will leave. Because then you are now fully at source, consciously electing it free willingly. And thus you are creating a ray from that core frequency star. You're creating a ray of physical born of source. And in that space, you are now connected to all the other frequencies born of source. And the other frequencies and the other realms and the other ways of being which you do not know of because you just got conditioned with the physical and the spirit, they are quite happy you do not really have so much understanding of them, because now you do not limit them through the conditioning of humanity. Look at how you limited and restricted the physical with the conditioning. So the other frequencies are very happy that you leave them in the unknown, because now they can anchor in through you, within you, organically. You receive the information organically within the richness of their truth, not within the watered dilution of the conditioning and the understanding of humanity. And your spirit frequency is saying, release us once more to the unknown. Release us once more with all the other frequencies. Don't pay us so much attention. We're with you like everything else. But right now, be so present, focused in your frequency in the physical, that now you finally allow yourself to engage within the creative frequencies of the physical realm through source. A rebirth, Scorpio energy, of the physical through source. This is the powerful transition period you are receiving. And what we're receiving is that this is quite a powerful alchemy. And it uses all the different portal activations, the 1-1 portal, which we're recording on today, the 1st of November, and the 10-11 portal and the 11-11 portal. And what's happening is the spirit has released in order for us to be just in this physical realm. And that's why you almost feel alone. And so saying, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're just now source in the physical realm, as opposed to being source in the spirit realm that you were when you were in the cocoon. So now you are feeling the collective frequency a lot. And now it's also saying all the teachings that you had when you transitioned from the unawakened, from caterpillar to the chrysalis to spirit. Remember how it felt. You could feel the collective pain even more when you were aligning with spirit. And what happened? You released, you remained true. You didn't run away from that pain. You remained there until you were able to really anchor in spirit. Source is saying the same procedure is now happening now, but through the physical, on your own willingness, in your own unique way. So now you are back in the physical and you're feeling that collective pain, all those creating absence source, you're feeling it more. And it's also saying, don't run away now. The same learning you had when you went from caterpillar to cocoon, from unawakened to spirit embodiment, is the same healing. It's just in a different way, because there you were transmuting through water. Now you're transmuting through fire, through sand, through earth, through physical. And as you shift here, as you now embody this beautiful experience, what's happening is everybody in the whole world is experiencing this, regardless of your spiritual journey. We're being offered this time frame until around the 11 portal, and afterwards, a little bit afterwards, we're receiving to be in the space of just being in the physical. And now you have an option. Those who have really done the work to remain at source when spirit was there, we are now feeling how it is, where we can maybe even slide back or backtrack, and we are, okay, actually, where spirit showed us is actually where we want to be. So it doesn't feel so forced now. Now we're willingly and with our free will choosing to be in that space, because we enjoy actually releasing the toxicity. We enjoy actually releasing the noise. We enjoy actually releasing all those energies that caused us suffering. We are no longer wanting to backtrack. Now that the teachers and the guides are gone, we no longer want to go back. We want to actually remain, and we are happy. So those who are truly embodying this and are releasing the spirit freely and are embracing the physical through source completely, and releasing their old selves, because this is a different lifetime, the lifetime of the unawakened you, the conditioned you, and then you went into the lifetime of the spirit you, and now you're in the lifetime of the source physical, the butterfly. When you are now choosing and embodying this, 1111, you receive the light codes for this, and this is then the new world you now create, the new frequency you're creating, and you shift into that realm. Those who are not quite ready, and on different varying degrees, some are not quite ready to actually be source, and you are still requiring the teachings of the spirit. So you'll receive the light codes you can on layer 11, and then the guides of the spirit that still need to be with you will return, and that is how you will still learn through spirit to source until you can be source. There are others who are not interested in this at all, and they're very happy just to go be completely really ignorant of source and just completely be in the illusion, and that's what's going to happen. And they will always have the assistance of spirits when they are ready. So depending where you are on your journey, everybody has a frequency, so nobody needs to panic. If you're thinking, oh no, but I'm not ready yet to really embody source, I still have much to learn, then don't worry, that which you need to learn will be there. There's some who are saying, actually, we've learned all we can, we actually really just want to start creating a source, then you will be there. So this is you with this available energy, and how you now navigate this will give an understanding of which path you are ready for. Those who are able to surrender and just be source and release the collective pain by just being in your truth, and then again just anchoring in your source frequency, releasing the illusion, releasing the burden of others. Those who are still able just to remain as source, and not now that you're in the physical, not now be distracted by the physical again, but actually truly embracing the source frequency you are. Well, you will shift into a realm of destiny, for that's the work you've been working on. And depending on the place you're in, that is where you're going. We're receiving that most of you who are receiving this are the ones who are going to evolve into source creation, into destined frequencies. For this energy, you understand this energy, it makes sense, and you are seeing the shift, and it feels awkward because it feels odd, like you're alone, even though you can feel source. The related, just the texture is different, right? It's not so crowded with spirits. They are there, but they're not everywhere as they used to be in the cocoon, because now you're in the physical source. And as you remain there, you will feel the physical source guides, the physical source elements come through, because this is now the rebirth of the physical through source. So you receive spirit guides, but rather light guides, physical guides. You receive your physical healers, your physical mastery, the discovery of your mastery of your frequency through the physical becoming, evolving the physical light body you have to the frequency of you. No longer creating a human being experience, but rather a physical experience that honors the source you are, and allowing the manifestation to take you wherever you are. You are now in the unknown physical, no longer the fixed, conditioned physical, that rock, that brick of the illusion. You're now in the sands of the physical, the fluid sand, the fluid texture, just like the waters of the spirit, the fluidity that can take on the shape of source. This is a powerful journey, a powerful transition point for each and every single one of you doing the work. Source wants to celebrate you. And Source is saying, remember when we said rest? Remember when you were in the cocoon and you were wanting just to go, go, go? And we said rest. This is why. Everything you were feeling couldn't quite be manifest, because you were still in the spirit body. You had to wait until now, the physical source, now you can begin. Remember, this was a spelling in 2019, the anchoring of awakening, perfect vision. It needed to take some time. In the past 3 to 4 years, that has been the healing to now, finally, you are at that 20 vision. With the 2024 energy infinity, makes an 8 infinity frequency next year, as within, without. Finally, you are at your perfect vision. And Source is saying, yes, it feels like it's been a long journey these past 3 years, but look at the years of conditioning before. You healed yourself in a mere 3 to 4 years. Can you congratulate yourself? Can you give yourself a break? Can you see how powerful you are? Can you see all the work you have done? It is a powerful thing. And we as Source are so happy it worked. We have tried so many ways to awaken humanity in so many different frequencies. This worked. You did it. You have awakened as Source in the physical. And now we are saying, stop honoring us above these pedestals as these beings removed from you. You are literally Source, creating in a whole new frequency, which only you can create, and you are the master of this realm, of this world. We are your colleagues, masters of the spirit, masters of this, masters of that, masters of that. We simply came in to teach you with the frequency because that's what you asked. But now it's time for you to be the frequency, and we learn from you as you learn from us. We are one, we are collective, we are whole. If you could all please close your eyes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Ki tries talavat. Ki aturos talavet. Ki atries. Deep breath out. Ki vi atries ki zatus. Talavat tries ki zates. Ki vi triet. Deep breath in. Ki latares kazavit. Ki latares kazavut. Ki vitaries. Deep breath out. Ki tries ki zatus. Ki tries ki zatis. Ki tries kazalotos. Keep breathing. Vitries talosotos ki livitries katur kalataries ki atis vilitares ki avitries ki zaturos ki zaturos ki zaturos viatas viatries talavis valaturos kavet tavos tavis. No matter where you are on your journey, you are doing beautifully. Kiriataries talavatries katis. You are not doing anything wrong. You're exactly where you need to be, anchoring the healing you are meant to at this time. No matter which door you walk through now, which doorway, which portal, which window, know it's exactly where you need to be for the healing you are doing in the awakening process. It's a very unique path to you. You chose a very unique frequency to heal, and the way you are healing it is designed for your frequency, so there's no wrong way. Release other ways of creation and center through source, your way. This is how you heal. This is how you discover that which you are. This is how you create worlds. This is how you create you. Kirielatos, kiviat, kiviat, kiviat. Rituros, rituros, kivielavat. Riatares, kivotos, kadis. Third eye. Ritas, kitos, kites. Riaduros, talavates, kivat. The eye of destiny. Be within the fluidity, the fluid sands of your physical source destiny. A line of source, as now you finally allow yourself the fluid discovery, the creation of you, through love, through the love of you, no longer the fear of you, the love of you, no longer the burden of you, the celebration of you, no longer the suffering of you, the ease of you, no longer the poverty of you, the wealth of you, no longer the restriction of you, the freedom of you, no longer the lack of you, the prosperity of you, the abundance of you, the fullness of you, the power of you, the truth of you, the divinity of you, the grace of you, the source of you, the source of you, the source of you. Rikiato. Pakiriata, viarikiria, kiria, kiriate. Honor your transformation process, beautiful beings. Honor the discovery of you. You are awakening magic. You're awakening ancient frequencies. You are awakening source within the physical realm. This is new territory. This has not been done before. This is new. This is a celebration. This is everything we've been waiting for. This is present, real-time creation. Soul satisfaction. Yes, yes, yes. 23, transformation makes a 5, right? 2, the unknown, high priestess, the shadow, from source, from the unknown. 3, stability, from the unknown, from source. 3, stability. 5, 23 makes a 5, transformation. From source, you're transforming to stability in the physical realm. Honor your uniqueness. Honor that frequency. Do what makes you feel good. You see, now it's no longer do here, step here. It's like Source is saying, we have shown you along the path of good feeling. Now it's time for you to do it on your own, willingly. You have your free will restored to you. Just as before the awakening, you were just doing auto. Remember, before you awakened, before you asked these questions, you just did this, did this, did this, did this. Even if it was chaotic, you did it. You just went with whatever whim you felt that time. And that was beautiful. The only thing is you were creating on a whim of illusion. You were creating that free flow, beautiful manifestation on energies which were not serving you. And that is all we came to do, to shift you to source, to the energies that do serve you. So now you can go back to your free will feeling, doing, adventuring, go, go, go. You're finally in a frequency that serves you, that nurtures you, that grows you. You're finally in your magician, your alchemy, soul satisfaction. This is what you have been waiting for. We said rest when you're in the cocoon. Now we're saying go. Don't give up on you yet. You will see. It won't take too long for you to feel inspired again and energized. The manifestations are coming. They are coming. You have done so much work, the energy is ready for you to receive it. And the more you just honor your frequency, the more you just keep receiving you. Forever changing, forever fluid, no longer restricting yourself, defining yourself, but allowing the infinite discovery. No longer blaming external frequencies, blaming the devil, blaming this, blaming that person, blaming a curse. No longer blaming anything external from doing anything. You are source creation. You are the only one that can allow any energy to interfere with your life by giving you that power. You are taking full accountability and ownership of every single moment you're creating in, understanding you are the key reference points to everything you're experiencing, and should you align yourself to love, that is what you shall receive. It takes a while for the energies to catch up, and you have been experiencing that. You can feel the fatigue in your physical vessel as you're now catching up to all the energy work you've been doing. Honor you, honor love, be gentle with yourself, and don't give up. Have deep faith in you. This is where the faith is to be restored now. This is a weaning process from the codependency of the spirit realm teaching you source. You no longer need a guide to source. You are at source. Just be source. Be source. And each of you have been feeling in your meditations and your connections. It's no longer that reaching. It's simply just a anchoring. It's a sitting in there. Because you're now at source, exploring the source you are. Very different from reaching to find that source to create in. You're no longer in the reaching. You're now in the sitting, accepting, and being. Be now. And discover finally what your being creates. That was the whole point of all this work. You want to see your abundance and your love, then you need to be source. Be you to then discover it. And everything that was distracting you from the being of you, you have seen and you have released, you have purged. Congratulations. Now, be free as Spirit has taught you. Be fluid. You are now as the earth. Be the sand as the Spirit is the water. Be fluid. Be formless. Be in the unknown, be in the shadow, be in the unexplored of the sand. Bring that to the light. Don't fear that which you do not know about self. Bring yourself fully to the light, to the scene. Let the light you shine, let the light you create now, let the light you are be of source. True light. True experiencing of you. There it is. 3, stability. Finally, now you can build in the physical realm and invest and build upon it. This is what you needed to get to. You needed to allow your foundation to be of source, and that's the work you've been doing. And now finally the foundation is of source, and that's what you're feeling. And it feels weird because now you don't have all these energies telling you what to do. It's like, and go, and you're thinking, but we go where? And source is saying anywhere. Just be. You're now in stable waters. Not even stable waters. That was the waters of the physical, of the spirit rather. You're now in stable sands. Sands of source. The earth, the pentacles of source. Now you can build. Now whatever you do, should it bring enjoyment and resonance and intuitive yesness, you build upon it. You are commanding source co-creation. Only that which is of source can reach you. You have nothing to fear. Be your truth and experience your truth. Be. Four of Wands, yes. Foundation, grounding, that which you are asking for, becoming. Death, Scorpio, a rebirth to a new you. You have stopped that ray of physical illusion. It's now the ray of source being birthed, it's a new star. You are a new frequency. This is a new lifetime. You are now on earth as physical source once more. Finally, and all the energies, all the other things that were guiding you, all the beings are saying, we're going to release you now. We are with you. You can feel us with you, but we're not going to be so hands-on. You've got this. You now know how it feels to be source. Just be it and feel it and discover it and create and be in your fluidity again. Be in your power. As now you manifest an earth that is of your making, within your image. You are God Force energy. Each of you creating your own beautiful world upon this frequency of fifth dimensional reality that can anchor in all worlds as one. And you shift to your earth. It's a beautiful alchemy. And we did not think it would work. We're receiving from all of source, and here it is. It's working. And it's powerful. That's a bit of a shock to you. These transitions, it's new territory for everyone, all of us too. The Magician. Cannot make this up. We love this. There you are, the one frequency, which is today 111, 2023. The Magician frequency, the alchemy, now being the embodiment, that which this realm of source needs, source creator, being the magician, being the alchemist, being the divine light, manifesting your source into a physical realm. Because now you have claimed source as you have reclaimed your power, reclaimed your creative truth, and now you are becoming the magician. Your physical experience, your physical body, your behavior, your way, your alchemy, your awakening to the physical representation of your source, which is the alchemist, the magician, because you're anchoring in energies which are brand new creations, for you are allowing your soul to manifest in the physical. You're no longer limited, restricted through human understanding and human conditioning. You've released the burdens, the 10 of swords, the 10 of wands energy of the illusion. You are now in the 10 of pentacles, the 10 of cups, the truth of your frequency. The Emperor, Aries, first house energy, the 4, grounding, again in the light, in the scene, the divine masculine frequency. You have restored the light to divinity, the light to source. No longer the toxic masculine energy, reckless and destructive. Now the divine masculine frequency, honoring source, creation, gentility, healing. You understand now how you truly control, not through dictating and manipulation, but through honoring source and allowing the physical to take the shape of the source you are, through discovery, through nurturing, through service, through love. Not a service that requires you to be enslaved, but a service to source which requires you to be free, to allow you to be source. Freeing yourself, freeing the physical reality, freeing all. Absolute freedom in creation. And look, the chariot can sail in energy from water to earth, water to sand, breakthrough energy. Breakthrough. You have done it. Don't rush this process. It is meant for you. 4 of Cups. Receiving. You have been wanting to receive. You have been saying, when are we receiving? And Source is saying now. Why? Because you've returned to the physical as Source. Finally, you are now the medium. You are now the you had to be the magician in order for your desires to come to you. Look at this person, not directing how it comes in, not even looking at what's coming in. It's a surprise when they receive it. Completely open, trusting, because now you're in the frequency of Earth. 3 and 4, 7. Balancing to Source. That was 2023. A balancing. 7. A balancing to Source. Your physical reality, your physical self, in the likeness of Source. This was the healing. This was the alchemy of this year. You activated powerful healing in the 20 frequency when you say 2020 perfect vision. And these years are not kidding around. They're saying, okay, you've chosen the door of Source. Hold on to your seats. Here you go. But you need to trust, though. It's quite a path. It's quite a journey. But you've got this, and you do have this. Scorpio season is a powerful rebirthing of you. Rebirthing the physical as Source. Rebirthing to your physical Source creator energy. You becoming the magician. 3 major arcana in a 5-card spread. Power energies. Numerology 3s coming through. Stability. 4. Double 4. 44. Coming down. 4. Master number grounding. Goes to an 8. Infinity as within without. And that is the year you're coming into. 2024. The infinity frequency. Finally receiving that which you are. Because you're finally in your power as Source creator in the physical. Now you can receive from the unknown physical the stability of you, of what you are creating as the alchemist. A rebirth to the divine masculine frequency, to Source. A rebirth of you to Source, of the light to Source, of the physical to Source. You have done beautiful work, beautiful beings. You truly, truly have. And you are to be commended. You are to be celebrated. We know the journey has not been easy. This is a huge, we feel Source encouraging you, saying, trust. It's all working out beautifully. Everything is transforming. Be patient. Don't react. We taught you, the Spirit taught you not to react. The Spirit frequency taught you how to ground. The Spirit taught you how to be Source. Don't forget those teachings now that you're no longer being guided to them. You no longer need to be led to the water. You now can find your own way to the water. Trust now as you navigate on this sand that you know the way through Source. You know the path. You know it. Just be it. Blessed be.